Hey there, it's Ralph again. And yeah, you can see I'm a winter enthusiast. As my library of digital media grows, you'll see that I'm an outdoor enthusiast in general. And I'll be coming at you from various locations, enjoying Mother Nature and really marveling at its perfection and trying to embrace nature and live my life with a sense of awe. AWE, as in awesome. Awe allows me to stop and ponder on how beautiful things are rather than how bad things are. You can see behind me is absolutely untracked snow. I'm out here along Lake Tahoe and just thought I'd sit down in the untracked snow and enjoy the moment and share a few things with you about enjoying your life. Well, I would not be enjoying this hike today in thigh-deep snow if I didn't have the right equipment. It's important to equip yourself so that you can enjoy where you are when you're there. And that's all there is. You're here. It's a here and now kind of thing. You have the choice to determine how you're going to experience it. And having the right equipment certainly makes a difference if you're going to be out in the winter expeditioning or snowshoeing or snowboarding or skiing or backcountry backpacking, ice climbing, all the different wonderful winter sports there are. You need the right equipment. Well, I'm going to say that transfers itself directly to your brain and your thoughts. And having the right equipment to help you enjoy the here and now is probably the most important thing so that you can think positive thoughts. You can frame things in a positive way. So, instead of saying, oh, woe is me, say, here I am in this beautiful moment. What do I have to experience and learn? What do I have to offer? Is there somebody I can help? This may be a trying time, but there's somebody that I can help. In those trying times, being selfless really, really helps one engage and enjoy the moment. And then there's the idea of equipping your mind so that you can be consistent in positive thinking. Being consistent in positive thinking at first, might feel like an imposter or a hypocrite or a fraud, that I don't really think this way. These are somebody else's thoughts. And that's probably true. And your ego is probably fighting you because your ego is used to being in control of everything. And it's used to being in charge of all your thoughts. And now you're saying, hey, I want to change that. And like most things, your ego does not like change. So it's going to fight you. It's going to tell you this is weird, this is stupid, this is unnecessary, I already know this, this is boring, you've got better things to do with your time. But it's all just a ruse to keep you from growing, to keep you from improving. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Is your ego your friend or your foe? Well, that depends. Your ego is either building you up or it's tearing you down. Is your mind constantly filled with neurotic chatter that's causing you anxiety? Or are you constantly calling yourself stupid or some other derogatory term? Are you thinking in a positive way? Are you being compassionate to yourself? Are you showing yourself forgiveness? These are all things that are super important to coming to a place where you have the right mental equipment to lead a positive, fulfilling, self-loving life. What does it mean to love yourself? I think the meaning of loving yourself comes in a spiritual sense and in a physical sense. And in the spiritual sense, it's that you understand that you're just a small speck on this earth. And in a physical sense, it's thinking to yourself, I am a good person. I have lots to offer. I can help others. I am okay. And I'm not perfect, but that's okay. I don't have to be perfect. And I forgive myself for my imperfections, and I have compassion for myself when I make mistakes. It's easier said than done, but to do it, you have to start somewhere. So identify one thing in your mind that you think about regularly. You know what it is, that one thing that you're always thinking, putting yourself down. Identify it, write it down, and commit in writing that the next time you think it, you'll identify it as that first number one thing that you're working on, and identify it and then say, okay, stop it. Just simply stop it. The next step is to forgive yourself and show yourself some compassion, because you're going to do it again. And that gives you the opportunity to forgive yourself again. It gives you the opportunity to show yourself some compassion again. And it also gives you the opportunity to step back and identify it again and to say, stop it. And work on this one idea over and over again. At the same time, you can start listening to uplifting messages. Somebody that you like listening to, someone whose voice you like, who has a positive message that speaks to you. There's a zillion of them out there. But keep identifying that one thought that you've written down. The one thought you want to change is your first goal. And every time you identify it, just say, stop it. And then you might say, see, you're such an idiot. You can't stop it. Well, that's not very forgiving, and that's not very compassionate. It's so easy for us to get into this cycle of beating ourselves up for not being however perfect we think is our goal. So start being more compassionate. Say, I did it again. I forgive myself. And I'm going to work to identify it and do it less and less until it's time for number 2 thought to work on. And if you continue this exercise of injecting positive messages into your day, whether it's through earbuds or earphones or in your car. I subscribe to XM radio because I like all the positive messages I can find. I also subscribe to YouTube Premium so I can listen to all those positive messages without commercial interruption, just as a couple things you might want to consider. But spend time every day, as much time every day, filling your mind with positive messaging. Identify that behavior or that thought that you really don't like. Tell yourself to stop it. Just stop it. There you go again. Okay. It's okay. Just stop. Forgive yourself and move on. And it may not be 5 seconds later and you do it again, but that's okay. Again, forgive yourself, show yourself compassion. Realize that at least now you're identifying the thought that's tearing you down. That's a big step, to be able to think it and realize it, say stop it, and then forgive yourself for making that quote-unquote mistake again. If you do that, your life will begin to change. You'll start to have the mental equipment you can to live life in a fulfilling, happy, positive way. Like I have this winter equipment on to keep me warm out here in the cold winter snow, so I can sit down in the snow and record a message for you. You need to equip your mind with the strategies and the input that it needs so it can grow into a positive thinking entity. You need to train your ego to forgive yourself and give yourself the room for growth. Growth won't come without room to grow. Room to grow comes from compassion and forgiveness and being open to new ideas. The ego is not going to be that open to new ideas. The ego wants to maintain the status quo. The ego does not like change. You're going to have to battle through this and realize it and identify it when it happens. And oh, this is stupid. It's so weird. It's so strange. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. You got better things to do. What a waste of time. We've already been through this before. All things, all ways of your mind seeking to redirect your thoughts from the positive to what you've been doing for so long. So if you want to change it, start to equip yourself mentally with the equipment you need to make those changes. Bring positive thoughts into your life every day as much as possible on your commute, especially on your commute. In the morning, commuting to work, start with a positive message. Give thanks. Look around. Be awe-inspired at everything you see. Are you witnessing the sunrise? Is there a flock of birds flying overhead? Whatever it is. And then on your way home, don't listen to the news. Listen to an inspiring message. Get home thinking good thoughts, positive thoughts. And identify that thought that's bringing you down. Label it, confront it, say stop it, and then forgive yourself. Show yourself compassion and move on down the road. Try to think those positive thoughts. It'll work. It takes time. It takes effort. But everything that's important in your life, everything that you're going to achieve that you're proud of, it all took work. It all took effort. It all took passion, and it took a commitment to be successful. So set a goal now, just one little goal. Every day do something to work towards it. And a year or two may go by, and every day you'll get a little bit closer to your goal. This is not a sprint. This is a long, slow distance, one step at a time. As Lao Tzu said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That concept's been put in 100 different ways, but it's all the same. Start somewhere and start today. Thanks for joining me, and if you like these messages, please subscribe, and you'll be notified as more messages come out. I'll be recording soon on the coast of Maine, I hope, if travel is lifted here in the next few weeks. And other places around the world as we travel. Thank you, and namaste. Now I gotta get up.